Greetings, all greetings. When you look at this rice field, I see birds, and occasionally on some of them, like across there are carabao, all kinds of animals, and insects, and water. Creatures that live in the water inherit these rice fields. When I say inherit, I mean the rice fields are planted, and from the generation before them, they come along and benefit from the rice field. It's the same thing with people. The person who planted these rice fields was looking ahead and say, hey, I'm going to need food for the next 3 months, next year. The people who planted all the banana trees and coconut trees say, I like coconuts, I'm going to plant coconuts, or I can sell coconuts, bananas. Food and shelter are two of the most important requirements for life. The air, your body inhales and exhales without you even knowing. It's automatic. It's not made automatic, it's not food. The rice don't grow automatically, you have to plant it. But the funny thing is, what most people don't think about is like, they go to the store and buy what they want. And they assume that it's going to be there. Because like in America, it's always there. In Africa, it's not always there. So when you as a diasporan gonna move to Africa, something you ought to think about seriously is how you're gonna get what you want to eat. Of course you can move there and like some of the people I see enjoy the African food. But if you eat that food every day, you're going to suffer the same fate as the African. And if you see Africans, most of the elders are gone. That's why the population is so young, because the food, wow. See this? I was watching the clouds come over the mountain. I don't know if you're paying attention to it too, but I'm beginning to feel drops of rain. And it is like what's going on the planet right now. In some areas it's bright blue sky like that. And then some areas people, from that bright blue sky, here comes the issues, the problems, war. Not just shooting war, but economic war. So you cannot, well, I didn't say you cannot. You can. But if you came to Africa to change your environment from what you used to have or what you're in now, you want to move to Africa to change that. Don't just make preparations for the house and the car, the area you want to live in, but your food. And the other thing is your safety. Don't think, don't assume like other people tell you that Africa is safe. In any place where they are poor, you are going to have a problem. You look at my videos, I walked around and showed you every house has bars on it. Even houses in the same compound have bars on it. This is just reminding you. It's a reminder, it should be a reminder to you of where you are and the conditions that you're living in. Planning is essential. Just like people plan this rice field, when to plant and when to harvest. If you don't plant anything, guess what? There's no harvest. You're not guaranteed anything. When the supply chain gets interrupted, and people were laughing at China when they were saying we're going to build this system that we call a string of pearls. People call it Belt and Road. They were laughing. But after they see it begin to be built, holy mackerel, China is building this to avoid being trapped by supply interruption that the US military, British, French, on the NATO were planning. Now that China has built out most of it, the same NATO and the rest of the family in Europe are saying the Chinese are trying to control the world. I've seen Barbados go from this, where they planted all their food they needed, to a place where now you go into a supermarket in Barbados and like 60-70% of all the food is imported. And that goes for all the islands in the Caribbean. Most countries across the planet, actually. And all of Africa. Except for the rainy season, Africans don't plant. And when the rainy season comes, most of the time, floods wash away a lot of the crops. Planning what you're going to do is essential, because when that rainstorm that you see coming over the mountain appears, you might not get a warning of 3 years. even 1 year. Have a great day wherever you are. Peace.